Hello and welcome to tomorrow's headlines today. I'm your host, Robin Cunningham with Fireside Grace Ministries. Good to see everybody. Of course, I just started to stream this, so 0 people are signed on, but there will be eventually at some point. Today, I have got a tomorrow's headlines today for you. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff going all the way from cryptocurrency all the way down to a little bit of politics. Now, I don't have a ton of stuff. I'm trying to keep these broadcasts to about 15 minutes lately just to try and just to work on timing and getting things to where they're supposed to. So let's hit that intro and then we will come back in with the headlines today. I seriously would like to just use that intro song, just play the whole song and just listen to it the whole time because it's like lo-fi meets synthwave mixed together, and those are two of my favorite music types. I don't like any lyrics in synthwave music or anything like that, unless it's Chris Quinoa, whatever his name is. Whatever. I really don't know. Um, so, but he's a Christian guy, but I do like that kind of music. Also, my number one favorite type of music, obviously, is Christian worship music, and then my second favorite is going to be jazz, more specifically the saxophone, which I've been playing for about a year right now. So there's that. All right, hey, I had some exciting news today. I guess maybe a couple weeks ago, I think August 4th or 2nd or something like that. In a video called SEC Slammed with Lawsuits or something like that. I had prophesied and said I saw Bitcoin reaching like $23,332 or something like that. And then apparently I said something else in there. I don't remember. I didn't even remember the video. My friend Nate messaged me and reminded me of it. And then that happened today that Bitcoin closed out at $23,332. And I was just like, that's hilarious. Like, maybe I should go back and watch the video, but why don't y'all go ahead and watch the video and let me know. Hello in British Columbia, Canada. I'm assuming that's what BC means because I'm sure you're not saying hello from before Christ. Are you a time traveler? It's sad that I can make that joke and people will legitimately no, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm just saying people legitimately think that you could be a time traveler these days. I was talking with somebody the other day. He's in mainstream Christianity media, and he was saying someone actually asked him if the host of the show was CGI and the people were CGI as part of the deep fake. And I was like, that's hilarious. Like, it's going a little bit crazy. Like, people have gone a little bit off the deep end these days. But you know what genre, what era doesn't have people who are just kind of out there? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Plus, a lot of the things that we consider could be conspiracies these days are not actually conspiracies, especially since there's evidence and facts and stuff. So I can see how people could just get a little out there with some of that stuff. Anyway, we have some life coaching slots available. Now, listen. When I say that, I'm not saying that we have slots open to hire life coaches, but I seem to have miscommunicated that in the last video. And I just want to clarify, we are not hiring anyone right now. We have several employees right now. We're really at our max for employees that we can handle right now until we grow a little bit more. And well, we gotta get things set up, basically. Brandy's working her tail off over here at day and night, basically, from the time she wakes up until the time she goes to bed. 12-hour days, 6 days a week. So, and in case you're wondering what it's like doing full-time ministry, it's a lot of work. So I remember John Thomas talking one day, and he's like, people think when they go into ministry, they're like, oh, yay, I'm going to get to pray for people all day long. He's like, praying is a blessing that you get to do for people for free. It's like ministry's not just praying for people all day.
After you do admin all day.
Yeah, after you do all the other stuff that you want to do. Somebody said something, when to the moon for Empire. This is going to be, it's funny that you should ask that because I was just talking to somebody about this, but it's going to be pretty soon. I was feeling in my spirit that it would be pretty soon, and that's all that I can say about that. But I had a feeling it was going to be within a month or two. That you were going to see something shift and they were really going to grow, because the Lord was telling me about Empire, that it's going to look like they're not going anywhere, but they're kind of holding tight to where they're at. I haven't looked at the price or anything like that, but once they, and I just want to reiterate this, that I said this like a year ago or so. It's a little over a year now, that they were going to go over $1, and that would be when they hit Coinbase, the app. So I feel in my spirit that that will be happening pretty soon. Okay. Now, I'm not here to do a Q&A. I'm here to do a tomorrow's headlines today. So that's all that I'm going to answer, because otherwise people start treating me like I'm a psychic and asking me for predictions. And I don't do predictions. I only share what I know the Lord has shared with me. All right. The first thing that the Lord showed me was when I was praying this morning at about 3 o'clock or so in the morning. The Lord said, the winds of change are blowing, and September will be an interesting month. Towards the end of September is what I feel like things are going to start to make a shift towards, around the 23rd, 24th, 25th, in that time frame. That's just a general time frame, guys. I'm not being like, I said, thus saith the Lord, the 23rd, 4th, and 5th. So don't be acting like I said this is it, so, whatever. And also, don't be like, don't share your opinion with us. I'm telling you what I feel in the spirit, which just happens to be my opinion, because it's not something that I necessarily heard from the Lord, but what I felt from the Lord. And I haven't had confirmation on that yet. And I typically pray for things, but maybe I should just keep it to myself, but whatever. The Lord said, restitution is coming to America, and indeed many nations. America will be the catalyst that begins the utter humiliation and defeat of the enemy before the eyes of the world. So this is interesting. All right, here's the next thing that I saw. I saw a vision. I was sitting in my office right here where I'm sitting right now, with all of my stuff in my shrine of clutter that I have behind me, of my books and pictures and everything. It's organized clutter. It's chaos with a purpose, okay? Just like the creation of the world. Brandy said it's gone too far. It's out of control. You're out of control, Larry. I saw a door kicked open by the Lord, right? And what I saw was a foot with a sandal blazing, kind of like white hot heat, like white fire. And he kicked that door open, just boom, slammed it open. And I stopped in the vision, and I'm standing there, and all I see is the door kicked open, and I see light on both sides. It's not like it's kicked open and darkness is exposed or anything. And I asked the Lord, what is this that I'm seeing? And because to me, it looked like that door had no reason to be kicked open. Funny story, I kicked open a door the other day. When we moved into this house that we're in right now, our office has a locking door on it, but the people we got the house from don't have the key to the office door. Well, silly me, I locked the office door, not thinking, because I wanted to keep my little chitlins from running through the house and running into my office, and I locked the door and locked ourselves out. So I had tried previously to unlock the door before and get it open, and I couldn't, and I didn't even try this time. I just walked up and I actually kicked the door so hard that the doorknob blew off into pieces, but the door didn't break and the wall didn't break. Isn't that weird? Like, isn't that crazy? But anyway, I saw in this vision, you probably don't need to know that, right? And Brandy was not very happy about that. I'm just going to share that with you. She's kind of giving me some glares over here in the background, making me a little bit uncomfortable. So to me, in this vision, it looked like the door couldn't be open, and it was pretty much sealed shut. Like, I could see that there were bolts on the door to keep it shut, but the Lord kicked this door open despite the enemy's best effort to keep it shut. And as I prayed and I looked a little closer, I heard the Lord say that this is the door to the Oval Office, and he was going to kick the door open, even though it seems like it's sealed up, it's shut off. There's no change that's going to be happening. The Lord had blasted that door open, just completely and utterly shattered it. And part of that would represent openness and exposure also. That which seems sealed and locked away is going to be changed. Okay, now here's a little bit of the crypto stuff that the Lord showed me. He did show me that there was a bull run coming to the crypto market, and he said very soon. Now, I did not know or remember the prophecy that I had given at the beginning of the month in that SEC slammed with lawsuits or whatever video that I did. I didn't know that happened today. I just found that out while I was putting my son to bed. And so uh, I didn't remember that, didn't know what had happened today, and I had gotten this prophetic word at about 3 o'clock in the morning before any of this happened anyway, right? So a bull run's coming to the crypto market. Bitcoin will lead the way as unexpected moves are made by large investors. It's almost as though they know that something is about to happen and they're trading inside secrets in preparation. Now, here's something. I'm going to say this, and I don't want to get the name out there, but you can imagine there's a woman who is a leader as a speaker of some house somewhere whose name might rhyme with fancy. And she's a poop head. That's something to say about that. But it says, watch her husband, Paul, watch his investments. He will make a difference. That's all. That's what the Lord said. I didn't understand that, but I had a feeling that they were trading something. They were making inside moves, and first of all, he was going to get busted. But there's going to be like I felt like he was trying to dump some stuff and then trying to cover it up. So just pay attention to him and watch what he does. All right. Here's the next thing the Lord said. Watch as despite their best attempts, the primaries are won by the Republicans across the nation. Congressional seats are taken. Senate seats are taken. This is a sign from God that he will in fact restore America, and he will start with the leaders of this nation. As righteousness sweeps in, dirty deeds will be uncovered and swept clean. So you're going to see a big change coming in the months ahead. Now, remember, I had prophesied to you a while ago and said November will not be stolen. That's all that I said. That's doesn't necessarily mean any whatever. And people got all offended and we're like, oh, great, nothing's gonna change, everything's gonna be the same. But there's a purpose. The Lord told me that there's a purpose why he's doing that, why he's positioning people there now in office, because when the SCOTUS overturns what happened in 2-0, then, because I'm on YouTube, guys, I have to be cryptic here. What happened on 2-0 is going to be overturned, and the people who are going to be responsible for reinstating the one whose office was stolen from him is going to be Congress and the Senate. Okay. And there's going to be a vote on it, but I don't know if it's going to be a vote of the people going to the office or if it's going to be a vote of the people in the Senate, like an electoral college or something like that. So we shall see. But I know there's going to be a vote. That's we'll just see what's going to happen. Okay. You are about to see the pillow guy in the news a lot very, very soon. He's about to do something that is going to blow your mind. I don't know if that has to do with what he's going to be doing this weekend, but in Missouri, I think it's Missouri or something like that. I actually haven't watched any of his stuff or kept up with him in like a month or so. But you're going to see him in the news. He's going to be attacked, but he's also going to be headed to a court case that gets accepted by the justices, and you're going to see things change. The funny thing is, back before the justices went on vacation, and I don't think anybody really knows this, he actually filed a case against Dumb Onion and those devices. I don't know how much I can actually say. Like, he actually filed that case with the Supreme Court, and that was the one that I had prophesied to another minister who's the head over a TV station or Christian station or broadcasting or whatever you want to call it, in March of 2022, this year, saying that this would happen and this would be what led to the reinstatement of the 45th letter of the alphabet. Obviously, there's not 45 letters in the alphabet. Okay, so just pay attention to that. That's very important. All right. The Lord showed me that Chinese-owned property in America was going to be seized and forfeited back to America. Then that was that. But basically what he was showing me was that China will have no rights to any American land. With that which they own, the government owns in America, will be taken from them, and they'll be told, you leave our country, you do not get to have this, you don't have to have that, this is ours, and we're going to take this as reparations for what you did. That's going to be months from now, maybe a year or so, but definitely months. Probably not weeks, but I feel months but whatever. And then here's the last little tidbit. A.G. Garland is in the news as he comes under investigation for dubious dealings and obtaining warrants based off of news that just happens to always magically appear before him. So what you will be seeing is that it's a lot of corruption going on and a lot of things making things up, like the Steele dossier and the Russian collusion and the laptop and all this stuff. All the stuff, the witch hunts that they keep coming up with, the raid on Mar-a-Lago and all this stuff like that. So that stuff that's going on, it's going to be exposed. That there was one of the big things that you're going to be seeing in the headlines is people in seats of power being sued for litigious abuse and being arrested about it. All right. That is all for today. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, I am not here to do a Q&A. I'm not going to answer any questions moving forward for the rest of this video. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. If you would like to support this ministry, you can do so at firesidegrace.com/partner with us. Or let me just pull up the banner here. You can go to Brandy's Venmos right at the bottom of the screen there. There's our PayPal. Reformers Church mail is Fireside Grace at 2145 North Josie Lane, Suite 116-501, Carrollton, Texas 75006. Now, if you're going to send a check or mail, please know that we are not Reformers Church. Our ministry account is Fireside Grace. So if you send anything labeled Reformers Church, we can't cash it. If you would like to sign up for life coaching, how many slots do you have? 2, 3 slots? And then she's done for the year. Brandy's done.
No, that's for board and trains.
Oh, that's for board and trains. Oh, we have puppies that are going to be trained to be service dogs.
We have, well, they'll be emotional support animals.
Emotional support.
Really good pets or service dogs. They would make all.
Pet, service dog, or emotional support.
They're 8 months and older, so they're not puppies.
Yeah, so they're going to be 8 months and older, so they're not like little puppies. They're grown, kennel trained, potty trained, fully vetted, board and trained, which means that they know all of their commands like sit, stay, and all of this stuff, heel, come, and all of this stuff. So it's very, they're very very, like, for anybody else would be very expensive. Also, we're trying to train dogs for veterans as well. That's one of our passions. It's emotional support dogs for veterans. We do have life coaching slots available. We actually have a lot of life coaching slots available because we have a couple of life coaches that we've hired. They're still in orientation. They're getting the full workover and training with Brandy, so that we want to make sure we have the best possible, best equipped people to do the job to help y'all. So just to put that out there. Anything else I need to say? Oh, tomorrow, guys, or Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time, come and set your calendar. We will have Manuel Johnson on here for a third time, and I will be talking with him about what God has shown him is next for America. So it's going to be basically pure prophecy for the whole thing. All right. And we love him. He's got a good heart, him and his wife. So, and he's a good guy. So watch that. Also, just scheduled today, September 30th, we will be doing an interview with L.A. Marzulli, the creator of the On the Trail of the Nephilim. They Only Come Out. He's not the author of They Only Come Out at Night, but he's got that book on Imminent Alien Exposure. They found he was in Paracas, Peru, and found skulls that have a foramen magnum, which is pushed back several centimeters in the back of the head, and it's enlarged. Their eye sockets were measured to be 33% bigger, or 1/3 times larger than the human eye. So they're like this, which indicates that they could see in the dark. And they did DNA testing on it and found that it was a mix of Middle Eastern and European DNA mixed with a third type of DNA that they don't know. And they said, well, this must be a completely different species of human being. We wouldn't even call this skeleton a human. So I'm not trying to give away too much, but go watch the On the Trail of the Nephilim. Like, that is very good stuff. And, you know, if you email him, he typically responds. And if you want to do an interview with him yourself, he's usually very willing to get on and get the word out, because he's trying to get the information out. So make sure you check that out. Okay. I think that's all, unless you could think of something.
Nope. I have 3 board and train slots left, and I'd like to get them filled.
Brandy said she has 3 board and train slots left, and she wants to get them filled. That's for the year. Those board and trains are 3 weeks, and your dog comes out basically completely transformed, completely obedient. Any size, any age, any breed, does not matter. She can train them, train their pants off of them, and you wouldn't even recognize the dog.
Except they still have their personality.
They still have their complete personality, but then they have more confidence. They relax more. They get kennel trained, potty trained, and all of the commands and everything. So if you're in the area, hey, Steven, Steven, I saw that steak that you had on the grill the other day, and I was like, he's going to have to cut that in half. That's still not enough steak to get through the day. But anyway, so if you're interested in the boarding train, go to, it's called experttraining.org. Experttraining.org, not experttraining.com. That's somebody else. It's experttraining.org. We do travel a little bit, and she's actually going to be training another trainer here in the near future. So there you go. Has Robin been through the program? You talking about the program for life coaching? I take the courses as she teaches them, and also she's helped me from day one, and we discuss when I'm having issues with certain things, how to approach it. And so I take the course firsthand because she's my wife and she teaches me everything that she knows, and we mutually benefit each other, and that we help each other to grow. And did I take the dog training program? To be honest, I could train your dogs because she's my wife. And we do work together, but I am not the dog trainer. Okay, she's the one that spent a month as in a training program to learn how to train dogs, and then spent a year in as the head or regional manager over 9 companies in the largest dog training company in the world. So, you know, there's that. She's pretty well qualified. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I want to go to bed. We have to go to Oklahoma tomorrow. It's our anniversary tomorrow, by the way, guys. We're gonna have been married for 5 years tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited about that. And Oklahoma is where we met. And I did not love Oklahoma when I first went to Oklahoma. Anyway, love you guys. Be blessed. And I will see you on Friday. All right. Bye.